Yes, we believe in triangles. We are pro-triangle.
If Byler doesn't happen, explain this. What the heck is that? What about us? What about everything we've been through? We're friends. In the closet, our Mania starts playing. What? Friends stand together, Mike and Will sitting down.
And in conclusion.
Byler
endgame.
Gay, homosexual, gay. Hey guys, and welcome to Byler Theory, where today we have Byler Mom and Byler Child, and we're going over Pocketgate mostly, but we're just going to be looking at some Tumblr posts and analysis of just Byler gates, because, yes.
Because gates are cool.
Yeah.
We like gates. Gates are awesome. Anyways, we want to look at Pocketgate today because I saw this post on Tumblr by Teambyler, who is really cool and has lots of great posts. So we're going to be looking through this post that they made, which, like most of the stuff, is not really new information. It's about the arrow on Mike's pocket in his shirt. But there is some stuff towards the end of the post that was a little bit like new information that I hadn't really thought about or considered. Most of it I'd already thought about, but so yeah, I wanted to talk about it because I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, this is a Byler Mom requested video, so yeah. Do you want to read it then, since it's your...
Do I? Not
it's
really.
your video. It was your idea.
Okay. So yeah, Pocketgate is basically about the arrow on Mike's pocket and the fact that it points for most of the season towards Will. So it's generally thought to be like an indication of how he's feeling and his romantic intentions and attention throughout the season.
So, this post from Teambyler, the arrow on Mike's shirt indicates his romantic attention throughout season 4. So after Elle is arrested and leaves for the lab, Mike wears a shirt with a triangle over his heart that points towards his left. It points towards Will for a lot of the season. Byler's point to the triangle as evidence for his love for Will. It points from Mike's heart. It points literally from Mike's heart.
Yes.
The costume designer, Amy Paris, says that they put triangles on Robin's shirt as an Easter egg for LGBT plus representation. And then they have a link to the video with the timestamp. So there's no reason not to think that they custom made Mike's shirt for a similar reason. The origin of the triangle symbol is from the Holocaust, when gay men were forced to wear a pink triangle over the left side of their chest, which is the same spot that Mike has it on his shirt. Mm-hmm. So we're going to react to the video that we made, just a clip from it.
About this, I mean, the whole triangles thing, I mean...
You believe in triangles?
The actual costume designer said in an interview, we could post the clip if we can find it.
I'll put the clip in.
Said they put triangles on Robin's shirt to hint that there's something LGBTQ happening here.
The yellow overshirt that she wears for quite a while in the season has like a leaf print, and then we custom printed it, so I added some triangles and some equality symbols to kind of have an Easter egg that there's some LGBTQ plus imagery within her outfit. You know, I felt that was important to help represent her for that.
And then Mike has a giant triangle right over his heart that points at Will most of the time.
Like 90% of the season.
Pocketgate, Pocketgate alert.
And the actual costume designer is the one who stated that that's what that
has
means.
meaning.
And like, yeah, she did say that for Mike's outfit, they wanted to give him more angles to make him look edgy, but that's also because they needed an explanation for if someone says, okay, well, if Robin's triangles mean this, what do Mike's triangles mean? They're not going to come right out and say, well, oh, it's the same thing because he's also gay.
Oh, he gay.
Like, they're not going to just
he gay.
that.
He's gay. We're bi.
Like, you have to read between the lines a little bit, which, I mean, there's not a lot of reading to do there. Like, it's...
Yeah, so that's basically the clip. Yeah. But yeah, like, that is a confirmed symbol, and like that is a symbol just in general for like queer representation and stuff, because of like its origin from the Holocaust. So
cheery stuff.
So that's an actual thing. So the fact that they're like, you believe in triangles, that is literally just an actual LGBT symbol now. Like, it's been reclaimed for a lot of the community.
Yes. Geometry is not real.
So, yeah, that's... yeah.
Yes, we believe in triangles. We are pro-triangle.
Yeah. And that is the same spot that it is on Mike's shirt, which is also interesting. So that's very specific.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they can't make it pink because that's not really a color Mike would wear.
No.
At least not at this point in his life. Maybe
I
later.
wouldn't really go with it.
No.
And yeah, that would be a little too obvious. That would be a little much. To test this theory, Team Byler reviewed all of Season 4. Some of this stuff won't be news to Byler Nation, but some will, especially the last part, which, that's what we're here for.
That's the part that I was interested in.
That is what we're here for. We're going over Pocketgate. Bring back Pocketgate, guys. Let's go.
Yes.
So, here are all of Mike and Will's heart-to-heart scenes. Immediately when Elle departs, we see a softer, more sensitive Mike. Note that I include one where Mike is only wearing a white t-shirt, which made sense because he was shoveling in the hot desert. There, the implied arrow is pointing towards Will. He's always to our left in every frame. So, yeah, we have this one.
In Jonathan's room, in Will's room.
Yup. And then this one, this is where it would be
if he was wearing
the jacket. Yeah, if he was wearing the shirt. And then this one in the van scene is pointing
away.
The other direction.
They get to that in the post, explaining that.
This one, it's pointing to Will again. See the exception, the van scene? Yes, it's exactly the scene where Will is telling Mike that the painting is from Elle, where Mike is being misdirected away from Will by Will's own actions. This only strengthens the idea that the arrow is significant. When the arrow is pointing, seems to reflect Mike's own romantic attentions over the season. In fact, in the next scene after that conversation, Mike is consistently blocked so that his arrow points away from Will, whereas before at Susie's house it was more random. And he is not blocked next to Will, in contrast to how they're almost always paired together throughout the show's run. The other times it's important to look at the blocking is when Mike, Will, and Elle are in the same scene when he's wearing the shirt. Here are their most significant scenes. So here's the after the
van scene.
After the van scene, we can see that they're separated and it's pointing away.
Because, his affection has been directed away.
Been redirected,
Misdirected.
Yeah.
How dare you, Will?
Away from him, it's pointing the other way.
Poor Will, he meant well, but...
Jonathan's in between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is with all three of them.
So they're... The way Mike's facing, the arrow would be pointing away from him.
This is towards Elle. And then, but in this one, we also got the freaking drawing, which is just...
There's a post I saw, that's on my Tumblr too, because I reblogged it, where they actually if you compare it, they redid the doodle that she makes, just to make sure that it's over top of Mike and Will, because the way the camera was panning, it would have ended up not being right over them. So it was redrawn, and it looks different. So you can tell that it was redrawn just to make sure that it's... Because we all kind of speculated that it means that she's thinking of them being together.
She knows,
but but the fact that...
Like the symbolism that
it was redrawn just to make sure that it lined up with them kind of confirms
the fact that Jonathan's looking at them in this... Like, Jonathan... Because Jonathan knows after the van scene, he's looking at them... And she's the girl, and then there's two people, and then it's like, what is that? That is so... that is such symbolism. If Byler doesn't happen, explain this. What the heck is that?
And what would have been the point of redrawing it to make sure that it lined up with
We'll
them?
have to look at that post.
Yeah.
Because that sounds really interesting. But yeah. And then this one, the arrow is pointing towards Will, and they're standing together again. And it's freaking Elle, the girl stick figure, and then Jonathan's
she's smiling, because that kind of hints that she's going to be happy about it. She likes that they're together.
She likes that they're happy together.
Yeah, I headcanon that. Elle is totally pro-Byler.
Oh, definitely.
She would be.
Because she wants them to be happy. Like, that's her brother and one of her friends. Like, but just Jonathan's face also staring at them with this exact picture, like, this is the best picture I've ever seen. I need to download this. Like, I want to redraw this.
Yeah,
okay.
it's awesome.
And then in this one, it's actually his arrow is
Pointing
in this
to
frame. It looks like it could be like in the flat image, it's pointing at L, but in the 3D space, it's actually pointing towards Will, who's
in the kitchen
to his left. Yeah. And then here again, it's covered, but it would be pointing.
Well, the post keeps talking more about this.
Yeah. And then once again, it's pointing away from L and towards Will.
Mm-hmm. And apparently, in that last one, the hospital scene, I read something that said that him like hugging her like that wasn't actually in the script. It was something that the actors added because to them it just felt natural that, you know, he would be comforting her, whether there's romantic anything between them or not. Like, why would you not comfort your friend? So I think that's kind of interesting to know that that wasn't even in the script. Yeah. It was just kind of added after the fact, which is really cool.
But like it does make sense because But he literally moved. Like, Lucas left him a spot next to Elle, and he moved, like, he walked around to stand next to Will with the arrow pointing towards him, and then Elle, like, and then the freaking this.
Yeah.
When Mike reunites with Elle, the arrow points away from Will and then towards Elle. Again, Will has just lied and attributed the painting to Elle, but that's the last time it unambiguously points towards her. The piggyback plan shot is very suggestive of Byler ending. Look at how the circle is around Mike and Will, with Elle outside it. The pizza scene is interesting. Mike is talking to Elle, and the arrow in some shots points towards Elle, but in the physical space, it is actually pointing towards Will back in the kitchen. Yeah, so that's what we talked about. Yeah, in the physical 3D space, it's actually pointing towards Will, even though it could, like, visually look like it's pointing towards Elle. And then this is just, that's so obvious. Like, this is insane. Like, how can you deny that? And then more scenes during the monologue, which is a big deal. This, and then this. It's they're all
fascinating to me how much, like, tiny little details they put in the show. Like,
like, after reading through this, like, because before, like, I was thinking, like, the arrow points towards Will in a lot of scenes, and, like, the hearts-to-hearts and stuff, but sometimes it doesn't, and I thought, like, well, like, it's, like, I still thought it meant something, but it just seemed weird that there were moments where it wasn't pointing at him, but this makes a lot more sense, and, like, explains that, like, it's very intentional when it's pointing at him and when it's not. So, during the monologue, while Mike's telling Elle he loves her, the arrow is conflicted, pointing towards Will, but Elle is also in the middle of the shot, so they could have easily had them on Elle's other side for a reverse effect. After that scene, we all know that Elle is hardly speaking to Mike. By now, the arrow is unambiguously pointing towards Will again. In Max's hospital room, when his arm is around Elle, again it points to Will. In Mike and Will's last heart-to-heart scene above, it points towards Will. And of course, in the final scene, not only does it point towards Will, but Mike chooses to stand with Will instead of walk forward with his girlfriend. Yeah, so we have their last heart-to-heart scene after, right before the hill, where it's pointing to Will again, and then on the hill, he just stands with Will instead of walking with Elle. Here's another detail I think others haven't caught yet. It's from the van scene. We know that the arrow points away from Will throughout, reflecting how Will is pushing Mike away. However, remember Jonathan looking at them through the rear view mirror? In those shots, the positioning is what we're used to seeing. The arrow pointing towards Will is implied. Plus, in the two shots through the mirror, Mike looks at Will, who is looking away. All of these shots parallel each other and reflect mutual misunderstanding. Boy A on the left looks at and is interested in the other boy, but boy B on the right is looking away and is uninterested, or so boy A thinks.
Yeah, so I hadn't really thought about in the mirror that because the way they're framed in there, it's cut off so you don't see the arrow, so it kind of just makes you think, like it implies that it's pointing towards Will again, even though we know it's not, but it sort of is. In this scene it is.
Yeah, The way the scene is written, Jonathan represents the outside viewer who knows what is going on more than the two boys do. It has been pointed out that this scene is basically from Will's POV. It therefore makes sense that when we're in Will's face, the arrow points away because he doesn't believe Mike likes him back. But we, as outsiders looking in, see what's actually happening. In this perspective, Mike's eyes and heart are on Will.
Yeah,
Teambyler.
Teambyler. Good job. That's not in there. Good job.
Good job.
All right, so yeah, we don't need to read this exactly, but my thoughts of it, when I was reading that, it kind of struck me that the way the mirror is framed, it sort of looks like a photograph. And Jonathan, being a photographer, is significant that this would be his viewpoint is seeing it as a photograph. And then he states in season 1, we can play this clip, he's talking to Nancy and states explicitly that for him, he feels like people don't always say what they mean, but in photographs you see things that aren't said. Like, photographs reveal more than people will say about themselves. So it kind of suggests that, like, it looks like Mike's feelings are being directed away, but in the photograph, or that's not really a photograph, it would suggest that it's not. And because it's through Jonathan's eyes, and he said that, it kind of makes that more, like, emphasized that that's what they're intending to mean.
It's just sometimes people don't really say what they're really thinking. But you capture the right moment and it says more.
Okay, yeah. So that's that. That's Pocketgate. We got Pocketgate in conclusion.
Oh, that's a whole different post.
Yes.
I like that post.
But in conclusion.
In conclusion, Castle Byler.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, this is your post.
That's my post.
Wow, we got Byler Mom analysis. Let's go.
Well, it's just someone else actually made a post. This has nothing to do with Pocketgate, but
no.
But I had more thoughts on that, so I just made my own post about it. Just about, like, they were comparing how, like, they say Malevins don't really want to see Malevins fight in season 5 because their fights are not good. Their fights always bring them further apart. And badly, they never feel resolved and whatever, but Byler fights are always bring them closer and tend to be like, so anyways, so I said, like,
Nice.
Malevin fights are not nearly as fun to watch. They tend to be painful or just plain bitchy, which, the one, especially in season 3, this one, you can't see what I'm pointing to. That one is very, Elle's face is like, she is just done with him. She is so done with him.
Yeah.
But then in Byler fights are very passionate, and they tend to bring them closer together. Byler fights are passionate. There's so many points during a Byler fight where it would feel completely natural for them to just grab each other and kiss.
Yeah.
It's like, totally.
It's eyewitness. It's the eyewitness parallel, guys. When they literally just, I'm not gay like you, kisses. Like
there's so much feeling, there's so much passion, where in the Malevin one it's just so, like, I say it.
That face. What is that face? What about us? That face. Huh?
The expression on there, wow. The feeling, oh my god.
After he says, what about us? What about us? What about everything we've been through? I want to make an animation of that. What about trust? You know I never wanted to hurt you. But what about me? What am I supposed to do? I want to leave, but I miss you.
Well, you know that song very well now.
I've listened to it so many times.
For someone who's never seen High School Musical.
I tried watching it once, but it was so slow at the beginning. I could not get into it.
I don't know. I mean, some people like it. I've tried watching it. I do not. I don't know.
Maybe I'll watch it with my girlfriend sometime because she has watched all of them, I think, or at least some of them.
I find them just, like, really bad. But,
But
I like musicals, though.
Honestly, the songs aren't too bad because I listened to some of the other songs. The songs are pretty good. But it was really slow, so I couldn't get into it. But maybe someday. But I want to make an animation with that song, just that part, with them in this scene. I'm gonna draw them with these outfits, and then what about us? What about everything we've been through? Yeah.
And then we're friends. We're friends. In the closet.
We're friends. In the closet, Ringomania starts playing. What?
That's perfect.
This is a great post. This is perfect. I need to put this in my list.
And in conclusion. Byler endgame.
Gay, homosexual, gay. In conclusion, yeah. And then freaking
so this has more
socks.
to do with Pocketgate than it's not really a Pocketgate, but it's more to do with
costume gate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Green sock gate. So apparently this is something I did not know, but I think it's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I've never heard this before, so this is really interesting. Did you know that green socks are a symbol often associated with queer men? No, I had no idea. That's awesome. I don't know a lot of things about queer men because I'm a lesbian. We're like on opposite sides, but let's go. Gay men, lesbian solidarity.
Yes.
But no, I didn't know that, but that's so cool. So I asked for vomit green and I got vomit green. Isn't that awesome? It is!
So
awesome, Mike.
Good job, Mike. Way to embrace the gay.
This is from Clarendon in the Alps.
Nice post. Thank you. Thank you for filling us in on this
Yes.
very important piece of information.
I follow Eleanor Medhurst, a lesbian fashion historian, on TikTok. That's awesome. She made this video researching green's role in queer color history and stumbled upon the presence of green socks as a symbol for queer men in the US in the 1960s.
I was just researching some queer colour history and I came across something that I hadn't heard before. Green socks apparently being a queer men's symbol in the US in the 1960s, or at least thought to be a symbol of queerness. So this is a statement made by Philip Hiscock, who was an assistant archivist in 1985. Thursday was known as...
That could be a drag name. Sorry.
That is...
It's a perfectly respectable name. Sorry.
Uh-huh. Totally.
Yeah.
He said, Thursday was known as Queers Day among adolescents that I knew in elementary and junior high school in the early 1960s in St. John's. If someone was thought to take special care on Thursdays, for instance, shining shoes, pressing pants, then he might be thought to be honouring Queers Day and therefore be queer himself. To wear green socks by the same people was thought to be a sure token of queerness, of being homosexual. And I just thought that was fascinating because other than the green carnation, which I did a video on a couple of months ago, I've not seen green specifically being a queer symbol before. So I thought I'd just share with you. And as always, if you're interested in finding out more about lesbian fashion history, make sure to pick up a copy of my book, Unsuitable, A History of Lesbian Fashion.
Cool.
Nice. That's awesome.
Excellent post.
So, that's... I wonder, the Duffers must have known that when they picked green socks specifically. Because that seems so random. Like, it doesn't even really go with his outfit. Like, green? Why did he ask for green specifically?
Yeah.
He asked for green.
And that he's not wearing anything green. He doesn't wear a whole lot of green, so it seems weird. Why would he ask for green?
Green is also Byler color, because it's like blue and yellow together. So the fact that green is
associated with queerness as well.
Especially green socks specifically being queer men, and then he asked for green, which is also their color together. He asked specifically for green. What the heck? That cannot be a coincidence.
No.
They had to have known about that.
Someone had commented on this post. It's either a really cool reference to history or a cool coincidence. Either way. It's like awesome.
Yeah. But that's just crazy.
But that seems like that would be a little too lucky for that to be
very lucky. If that was a coincidence, then that's extremely lucky.
Yeah. And since they've got costume designers who are putting all this information and they would know that, like she would know that stuff, so it would make sense that she would try to add more Easter eggs. Like, why not?
Yeah.
So
the tradition dates back to before Celtic tribes inhabited the British Isles, when the British Isles were inhabited by darker-skinned pagan tribal cultures known as the Brownies, or alternately the Fairies. Their culture emphasized non-patriarchal values and sexual liberation, which most likely include same-sex relationships. If you ever heard of queer men being referred to as fairies, this is why.
Cool.
Green was a color often sported by these people. Alongside this, Thursday was a holy day, hence the old superstition / saying that wearing green on Thursdays means you're queer.
I checked in 1986 whether March 22nd was a Thursday or not, but it wasn't. It was a Saturday, because that would have been like really cool. But it makes sense that their spring break started on Saturday.
Yeah. I think it's definitely interesting that the writer chose to emphasize Mike's choice. Yeah, his choice. He chose green. I have green socks in this episode.
And they totally like had this whole scene just to emphasize it. And it gave
because what even is the point of this?
Well, it gave them an opportunity for Will to call Elle out for lying.
I guess.
Because he leaves for a minute. Like, how did you not know about the socks and whatever, since you always come here? So it makes sense that it's in the scene, and it doesn't seem out of place, but it gives them an opportunity to, like, really point. He's not just wearing this, and you may or may not notice. Like
he says it twice. I asked for vomit green, and I got vomit green. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, there's no way you can not be aware of the color of his socks after that.
Yeah, and he holds them up, and he looks at both of them. He looks at Elle and then Will, and then he looks upset because no one laughed. No one really reacted to it. It's funny.
I laughed. It was funny.
It was funny. Good job, Mike. Good job.
Poor Mike.
He's
having a bad day.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god.
Cute.
Oh yes, I saw this. I saw this on Instagram first, and then I saw it on Tumblr. I was like, friends always stand together. They're sitting. What is?
Maybe they're more than just friends.
How did they do that? It's also him giving them the painting. Like, what is that?
That's so cute.
Like, what? Frogs don't cry.
Thank you. So we're looking through.
We're looking through Byler Mom's
Tumblr. This video has changed topics suddenly. But we're done the first one, so we're on to a new topic.
It's an interesting choice of characters. It seems pretty random for them being on the Pizza Boy van. Like, it's
there's Elle, Steve, and Robin, Lucas, and like where's Dustin?
Gone, reduced to atoms.
He could be in the other page, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I saw this today. They seems a couple of boyfriends, guys, by their endgame. Friends always stand together, only do not standing. Yeah, literally, friends stand together, Mike and Will sitting down. So they use that as their profile picture, gay episode. Exactly.
Awesome.
We love Frogs Don't Cry. I follow, like, so many Bylers. Because I just
you like Byler? I'll follow you.
Friends stand together. Why are Byler only two sitting down? Like, what is that? It's really funny. Friends always stand together. Sitting. Byler just be sitting, guys. Yeah.
Here it is.
There's a lot of posts about that.
Here's the van drawing.
Yes. Oh my god, they did redo it.
Yeah,
because the head's a different shape, the circle's a different shape. It's a different shape.
So different. Like, how did we not notice this? Like, the circle's so much bigger. The head's, like, at a different angle. Like,
yeah, it's more circular, whereas that one's more of an oval. It's completely different! It's a different drawing!
And it just says, because of the way the camera was panning, it was not going to be over them if it continued. So they redrew it.
They redrew it to make sure it was lined up with all of them. That's insane. Okay. They redid the van drawing to get it just right to show
this
Byler.
Team Byler too.
This is also good job, Team Byler. We love Team Byler. Team Byler's great.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who make a lot of good posts. So, Stranger Things, season 4, episode 9. Look at the first shot of Elle describing her piggyback plan. The camera zooming in. If the camera had kept zooming in, the two circled figures would have kept moving to the right past Mike and Will. But the next time we see it, the circle's directly between them, pairing Mike with Will and not with Elle, and the drawing's different. And judging from the style, it kind of looks like someone else drew it, not Millie, while the three of them posed in place. This shot already strongly hinted at Byler endgame, but this shows the extra meticulous effort they put into it. They absolutely wanted to circle Mike and Will. Just like the final shot of season 4, there is no explanation for doing this but to hint at Byler endgame.
If that didn't mean anything, why would they bother redrawing it? There'd be no point to that.
Yeah, what? Yeah, it is like a slightly different style too, yeah, so probably got someone else to draw it while they were standing there to make sure that it lined up. Wow.
Yeah, because she has to be in it too.
Yeah. Because, you can tell the face is a little different, and, it's a little messier.
The proportions are, completely different.
Yeah. The point is, they took the time and detail to make sure that it lined up by literally redoing the drawing. Mm-hmm. What's the point of that if not
Byler. Yeah.
If Byler doesn't happen, this is queer baiting. That's queer baiting.
I don't think they are. I would be shocked.
No, yeah, that would be. I mean, I don't think they are queer baiting. But if you believe that Byler isn't happening, then how can you deny that this? How can you How can you deny that this is queer baiting if you're gonna deny that if you don't think that Byler is gonna happen? Mm-hmm. Then you must believe that this is queer baiting. Then which some people do, because there's some people who are just doubt about it and are worried that it's gonna be queer baiting. But
there's lots of people who say they've been disappointed before and they don't want to be disappointed again,
which is fair. But I think this one, I think we have it this time, guys. I think we got it.
It would make no sense at all if they weren't. I don't know if I have any other interesting posts. Well, I guess I found them all interesting, or else I wouldn't have put them on here. But
the whole "I didn't say it, you didn't have to" thing makes a lot of people think that Byler isn't gonna need to say "I love you" a lot to each other, if at all, and that their love will just be shown through mostly actions instead. But in the same conversation, they say, "Hey, but also about the last few days, you don't have to say anything. I was being a total jerk to Elle. I deserved it." No. You didn't deserve anything. Listen, the truth is, Mike, however, does have to say something. Even though Will returns the sentiment, "You don't have to say anything." He doesn't really know how Mike feels. He's the unreliable narrator, so Mike has his unprompted apology to Will. I say unprompted because Will insisted that he doesn't have to say anything, and there was no third person telling Mike to apologize, unlike when Will encourages his monologue to Elle. Will doesn't have to say anything, Mike does. So Byler confession and "I love you's" back on the table?
Yes, they have to. They have to have, So my add-on to that was just I totally agree. Plus, I think it's especially important for Mike to say "I love you" and to say it effortlessly as a juxtaposition to all the times he struggled to say it to Elle. And also, I just really want to hear him say it, passionately, desperately, with tears spilling down his face, he's pouring his whole heart out.
Yes.
Yes, we need to see that. That is definitely a requirement.
Yes. 100% agree. Byler doesn't need to say "I love you" in the sense that it's not essential that the words be said in order for them to know it's true. They do have that deeper understanding of each other that goes beyond words and shows more in actions, especially in contrast to Malevin's whole situation. However, they do need to say it in the sense that, like you said, Mike has something to say. He needs to get to a place where he no longer feels pressured to bottle and ignore his feelings. He needs to confront the whole truth, and he needs to make sure Will understands. They don't need to say it to make it true. They need to say it because it is true. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's the video, I guess. Unless you have anything more to add.
I don't think so. No, I mostly just want to talk about Pocketgate, but we had other things to say too, so that's fine. So
that was Pocketgate plus other random stuff.
Plus bonus material.
Bonus. Yes.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. We're tired.
What? Anyway. Hey, guys. What?
This is what happens when you go to bed at 9 a.m.
Hey, guys. Welcome to... Wait.
Welcome to the end of Byler Theory.
Welcome to the end of the episode. Thanks for joining us.
Sticking it out with us.
Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it, and be sure to like the video. If you like this video, then like this video. If you dislike it, then dislike this video. If you hate Byler, then dislike this video. Let's go, guys. Get all the dislikes. And subscribe to my channel for more Byler Theory and other random nonsense, because I don't know what I'm even doing at this point. Subscribe, turn on notifications if you want to know when the next Byler Theory episode comes out, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, bye-bye.
Bye.